A Rolex watch takes a year to make by hand. In 1905, Hans Wilsdorf and Alfred Davis started their own business, Wilsdorf and Davis. The headquarters of the luxury Swiss company are in Geneva. In 1908, Rolex got a trademark. In 2020, Rolex was the 80th most valuable brand according to Forbes. Rolex made 2 of the 10 most expensive watches ever sold at auction. Which Rolex cost the most? The $18,744,000 Paul Newman Daytona is on the market, inflation adjusted. Rolex is a top 5 investment because high-end watch fans love it so much. People know about, like, and want Rolex watches. Why? They're expensive, hard-to-machine steels are used to make high-quality timepieces that are designed in-house, owned, and run by private people. The gold in movements that are hand-put together and tested is made in-house at a foundry. Rolex has been a leader and an innovator in its field for a long time. Rolex watches were worn by people like Steve McQueen, Che Guevara, Marlon Brando, Elle Macpherson, Winston Churchill, and John F. Kennedy. Number 10. A Rolex GMT Master II made of white gold that cost $50,000. The first model came out in 1982. And since then, it has gained a reputation for being both useful and long-lasting. This version has a self-winding automatic movement, a meteorite dial, and a Cerachrome bezel insert that can be made from either blue or red ceramic, depending on your preference. In addition, the piece shows the time in 2 different time zones at the same time, which is very helpful for long-distance flights. Number 9. DIW's Carbon Daytona. This will cost you $65,000. This brand new Cosmograph, which is for both men and women and is called Lucky Player 2, is only available in 3 units right now. It has a Velcro buckle and a strap made of fabric that can be changed to different colors. The watch is automatic and winds itself. It comes with all the original parts and papers. The lightest Daytona, which weighs less than 50 grams, was made by Designer Individual Watches, or DIW, a company that specializes in making technical custom watches. Number 8. A Rolex Yachtmaster was studded with many different colored gems. Price $80,000. This watch, which can be bought in Hong Kong and is called the Watch of the Open Seas, is brand new and comes with a 5-year international factory warranty. It has a rose gold case, a rubber strap, an automatic movement that winds itself, and a mechanism that winds itself. This beautiful piece has a bezel that is covered with different colored stones, from green to blue to yellow. Number 7. $175,000 is the price of the Platinum Rolex Daytona Ice Blue Anniversary Collection. This high-end watch was made to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Rolex Daytona. It has a ceramic bezel with engraved numbers in a chestnut brown color. Hour markers in the shape of baguette diamonds were the sparkling cherry on top of the tasty cake. The watch winds itself up mechanically and has a power reserve that lasts for 72 hours. It can stand up to water up to 101 meters deep, or 330 feet. Number 6. A Rolex GMT Master II with sapphires and diamonds all over it. Price $185,599. As part of another special 50th anniversary event, this one-of-a-kind watch was made. It has lugs set with 76 jewels and a bezel with 29 diamonds and 30 sapphires. The yellow gold oyster bracelet also has a gem-encrusted link in the middle. The watch may have been worn before, but you wouldn't know it from its classic black dial, 50-hour power reserve, and 100-meter water resistance, or 328 feet. Number 5. The Rolex Artisans of Geneva Montoya Platinum Challenge, which costs $215,000. This watchmaker's shop in Geneva is called Artisans de Genève, and it helps private customers who need to make changes to their watches. Enter timepiece aficionado and racing driver Juan Pablo Montoya. After having worked with them twice before, he gave Artisans de Genève a new customization to show them. The goal of this mission is to give Montoya's Platinum Rolex Daytona a personal touch. What does it all add up to? This watch has a dial that is the color of the sky and is made of openwork. It also has a skeleton movement and counters that have been painstakingly hand-painted in the colors of the flag of his home country. Number 4. Rare Vintage The Paul Newman Daytona Cosmograph 6241. Cost $310,000. A Rolex Paul Newman Cosmograph Daytona 6241 is the watch. This famous Rolex is in Hong Kong, and its case and strap are both made of steel. It is hard to find and is in perfect condition. The watch has been worn before, but it still has all of its original paperwork. It is a black watch with a black bezel and 3 black sub-registers. It is an automatic watch that winds itself. And most importantly, the amazing piece has what is called an exotic dial, which is made up of Art Deco style numbers and hash marks that end in a small square. Number 3. An emerald set Rolex day date with the date set into the bezel. Price $335,000. This model of the day date from 2017 has a strap made of solid platinum and the original papers. It also has a movement that winds itself automatically. The hour markers are both diamond baguettes and emerald baguettes, and the bezel is covered with emeralds. Even though it's used, the watch looks brand new. Anyone who loves the color green must have it, and it's hard to find a more eye-catching piece. Number 2. The price of the Middle East Edition Vintage Rolex Cosmograph Daytona is $445,000. In the middle sub-register of this automatic, self-winding watch made in 1980 out of yellow gold, you can see the royal crest of the state of Oman. It is called Gold Conjure and has a J-shaped dagger on top of 2 swords that are crossed. The rare unisex watch also has a diameter of 37.5 millimeters, an oyster bracelet, and an 18-karat gold clasp that folds. Number 1. The beautiful Cosmograph Daytona with rainbow colors costs $555,555. This watch is a rainbow of colors and has a lot of precious stones set into it. The case and strap are made of rose gold, and there is also an 18-karat rainbow bezel with jewels. Also, the watch winds itself in both directions and has a 72-hour power reserve. The piece also has a diamond-covered dial with rainbow jeweled hour markers, 3 rose gold subdials, and a diamond-studded oyster bracelet to give it a little extra pizzazz. Impressive Rolex range. In addition to the expensive pieces sold at auction, regular Rolex collections cost between $13,000 and $34,000. For example, James Bond movies made the traditional Rolex Submariner date wristwatch popular. It was the first wristwatch that could be worn by divers to a depth of 100 meters and starts at a price of $13,337. The Rolex Day Date was the first watch of its kind to show both the day and the date on a calendar. The price of the watch starts at $34,500. In March 2011, a $277,850 Rolex Platinum Diamond Pearlmaster with 42 jewels and a custom bezel sold. And in 2009, Steve McQueen's 1967 Rolex Submariner sold for $234,000. There are limited edition collections you can look through if you want something more prestigious. The Paul Newman Daytona, which was mentioned earlier, Marlon Brando's Apocalypse Now Rolex GMT Master, which sold for $1.952 million in 2019, and Eric Clapton's Rolex Oyster Albino Cosmograph Daytona, which sold for $1.4 million in 2015, are all examples of celebrity-owned pieces. No matter if it's new, used, or old, a Rolex watch is expensive, and its value usually goes up as time goes on. But you also have to think about demand and supply. People are willing to pay more money for something that is hard to find. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for more.